Before I start this video, I just wanted to say if you haven't already registered for GameDev Guild, make sure that you go check it out either before this video starts or after you're done with it. It's an online game dev conference for Unity developers where you'll get to learn a lot of interesting and I think actionable things from Unity experts. You'll also get the opportunity to ask them questions live and get a bunch of awesome free stuff in the process. So if that sounds interesting to you, just make sure you go check out GameDevGuild.com or click the link down below. Hey, what's up everybody? So yesterday I was doing an interview with a high school student, and this is something that I've done quite a few times with high school and college students that are doing some research on career stuff and need to interview somebody in the industry or somebody in the field that they're curious about. And one of the questions that I've noticed that comes up every single time I'm in one of these interviews or going through their questions is, do you like your job? And my answer to that is always instantly a yes. And that's because for me, game development is really rewarding and something that I have a lot of fun doing. I would do game development even if I wasn't being paid. In fact, I kind of do all the time in my spare time when I get bored. And one of the first things that I like to do is start building games or working on game stuff or trying to learn some new techniques that I can use in my future game development. I have a blast with that. I really enjoy the process and I like the end result as well. I think that's probably the biggest thing. I feel like I'm somewhat good at it. I can put things together and understand stuff. And then I get to share something at the end or even part way through the process that other people can have fun with and enjoy. I can make a game, give it to somebody, and if it's not too terrible, they'll enjoy it, have fun with it, and I can kind of see that and enjoy that myself. If I contrast that to my time in enterprise development where I could spend a week or a month adding some awesome new feature or building some cool new app and then shipping it over to the team that needs it and then them saying, oh, that's cool. Now can you add this next thing and can you change this and can you add the other thing? And really you don't get to see that awesome fun experience. It's just night and day, at least for me. I mean, I know some people really enjoy the process of just shipping out some enterprise software. And if that's the kind of thing that you like you really enjoy that process, that's what I would recommend. If you like watching people kind of play your games and getting your games done and getting them up and released and going through that process of having a problem with a game idea that you want to have, like you've got in your mind and wanting to be able to actually create that and see that and try it out and see if it makes sense. If that's the kind of thing that really sounds fun or is fun to you, because it might sound fun and then you go through the process and you hate it. But what I recommend is if you're curious about game development, try it out. Come up, do some experimenting, play with it and see if you enjoy it. If you enjoy it and you feel like you're relatively proficient at it, you can kind of understand things and you're not completely lost all the time and frustrated. If you can sit down and you just enjoy working on it until you've solved the problem or until you got too tired or something else came up, then game programming or game development in general might be right for you. If you get into it and you're like, oh, this is boring, I want to go play a game and do something else, or you just constantly get bored with it, then maybe it's not the right thing. That's kind of how I think about it. I think about with games and pretty much anything else, game development, programming, any type of career thing. If you really, I guess, like if it's a perfect fit for you, it'd be the kind of job that you would probably just kind of do on your own because you enjoy doing it. You love doing it. But that said, that doesn't mean that you should take whatever you love doing and make it into a job. You might be terrible at it. Just because you love doing it doesn't mean that you're good at it. Also, taking a hobby and making it into a job can also totally, completely destroy the hobby. Especially imagine, and this has happened to multiple people that I know, if you really love some game, there's some game that you love playing, it's your favorite game in the world, and then you get a job working on that game. You'll quickly realize that your love for that game is going to decline much, much faster than if you weren't working on it. Part of it is just that I think you just get oversaturated with it. You're doing it so much, you're working on it so much. We also see all of the underlying stuff, all of the inner pieces, and it gets a lot harder to care about things like getting some special sword when you start associating it with like a database entry or a record on the system, and you start to think more about how does that work? I wonder how this works. I wonder how I could recreate that. I wonder how I can change it. When you start to get into that mindset, I think that's really where game developers live. I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling, but I wanted to answer this question. So, do I like my job? Without a doubt, yes. Game development is an amazing job. And that said, I also really love the job of YouTube and teaching people. So one of the things that I've been doing recently, and you guys have probably seen, is focusing heavily on teaching stuff. And I found that I get kind of that same enjoyment and excitement when I come up with an idea and a plan to teach something new, something that's cool and interesting, and it really resonates. When people really enjoy the thing and use it, like they're like, hey, this is an awesome video, this was super helpful, that is awesome. That's the kind of thing that I love. With that said, please hit the thumbs up button, drop a comment, and let me know if this was useful, or if there's anything else that you can think of that I should talk about or share, or some tutorial or something else you're interested in. We've got quite a few of them coming up, and a big conference coming up. So make sure that you check out the links down in the description for that, as well as some courses I'm teaching and a whole bunch of other stuff that's all down in the description or just up at game.courses. Anyway, I think I'm going to shut up for today. If you've got questions about game development, or you're kind of curious about some of the other questions that get asked in these interviews, and just let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll blab and chat about it some more and just share a little bit more about the process and the kind of day-to-day and all that stuff, if you guys are interested. If not, I'll shut up and just only talk tutorials and dive straight into code. So let me know either way. All right, thanks again. Bye.